Alright guys, so these are Yellow Wonder Alpine strawberries. They're basically smaller stature strawberries that stay yellow when they fully ripen, so it confuses the birds and the squirrels and everything else, and they don't really bother them. Now, for this, I've shown you before that strawberries, you do runners, you do runners, you do runners. With the Yellow Wonders and other alpines, you can't do runners because they don't produce runners. What they do is they produce clusters, much like the coral bells, so their propagation method is the exact same as the coral bells. You got to loosen up the ball, and then you're going to pull them apart at the nodes and separate them. Alright. Here we go. Here's the first one that we're going to break off. So it's got a little bit of the rhizome, a little bit of the root. You're going to come in and cut off a bunch of leaves, and then leave that one small leaf and that miniature growing one. And again, it's very similar to the coral bells. That's pretty much how you propagate these guys, by dividing them at the base and then making sure you get some of the rhizome and as much root as possible. The root's not necessary, essentially, but the rhizome is. You need rhizome where it will put out roots. You need to remove majority of the leaves, so this way it's not using its energy to try to feed those leaves. And if you see any spots where there's flowers, you got to remove the flowers. All right. It's 2. 3. With these guys, anyone that's shooting up is what I like to keep, the ones that are going up instead of the ones that are falling down horizontally. It makes it better, and they're not falling into soil and then getting bothered by any type of bacteria or fungus or pests or anything like that. Four. 5. 6. And we're gonna leave this one on the main stem and return it back to the pot that it came from. We're gonna clearly trim up some of these roots because it doesn't need all these roots anymore. Alright, this one we'll put back in the pot as is. This one has a lot of leaves. Again, remove majority of the leaves. That's what you want it to look like. This one has a good chunk of root that we want to get in there. All right. got 7. And in addition to getting those, you'll notice that some of these older strawberries are dried up and have seeds. You can also propagate it from the seeds, so you would save them until next season and then try to plant them again to get more strawberries out of it. They do breed true to seed, and it is one of the best ways to get extras instead of doing the propagation splitting. We're going to come in here again, and we're going to remove any place that has a berry, a dried up berry, or that's attempting to put out flowers. We're going to cut away some of the leaves, so focus is more on healing and developing roots. And then we're going to return it to the pot. And that is how you propagate Yellow Wonder alpine strawberries. Hope it helps. Now, if you're looking at what I just did and saying, what the hell? You have justification. This is a Yellow Wonder that I propagated 3 weeks ago. And it still has leaves, so now we're going to see what type of root development it has. And there it is. It's got brand new roots. The white ones are the brand new roots, and then these darker ones are a little bit older, but the white ones are brand new. So even though it looks like I'm literally murdering these things, they do propagate, they do grow roots, and they will continue to grow. Give it a shot.